Anthony Stolarz has it on that wing. Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild stab towards Bell. Here's another shot. Right by the score. Henderson has scored for Canada.
No. So like we were talking about just a couple of minutes ago, it was just like how nowadays you're just driving around your neighborhood and stuff, and you don't even see anyone playing hockey like we used to when we were like kids. You know what I mean? And just talking to another buddy of mine earlier today, and it's like, you know, we used to have battles like neighborhoods, different streets, and you don't even see that anymore. So it's like different change. I feel like now, even growing up, like I feel like there's less and less kids into it, more kids kind of more into like COD life and stuff like that.
Yeah. So everything's indoor. It's funny because just right here down the street, we have a park. Right in the park, they have a basketball court. And they actually have 2 hockey nets. Like with mesh, everything.
No. And like,
and it looks brand new.
And like growing up, like now thinking about it, I'm like, I'd die for stuff like that. Oh my God. Like my mom would have to drag me away from like, you know, the rink or like anything like that growing up playing. So
I wanted like pads, right? Just basic pads. You know, like the ones that it feels like they're just feathers in there. Like $20 on the flea market.
Oh, no way. It was funny because growing up, like I used to play goalie sometimes. I just cut up full mattress, use that. You know, strap it with like a thing and then just use that. And it was just totally different how like, you know, kids now and kids back in the day. That was crazy. Do you feel like that has like a different on like just like amount of kids getting involved and stuff like that? Or?
For sure. I mean, like I'm from Malton, right, originally, and that's where I started playing hockey as a kid. So there was a lot of multiculturalism. Every type of person was playing hockey there. But then when everybody started moving and Malton shut off their hockey team, like from throughout the top, from top to bottom, they shut everything down in the MHL. And I feel like that was the last time I saw like everybody on the street playing hockey. It just changed after that.
Even like in high school, like growing up, we never had a team, but we had just like we'd have games and stuff like that. But I feel like even now you're seeing less and less of it. I don't know if it's like interesting where they're getting less kids or if it's a cost thing. I know like the cost of hockey is like going up and up. It's getting more expensive for people too. So
I think it's the 2004 lockout. I think that I actually blame the lockout 100%. That lockout killed hockey for a long time. I think a lot of people are starting to come back. The 4 nations I think helped a lot. Right?
No.
But overall,
I think one thing I didn't like about the 4 nations too was it's just 4 nations. And then one thing I remember you talking about it with Roy. And one thing I was thinking was maybe to get like players from these smaller countries like Germany, because I don't think they'll have enough NHLers to field a team, was maybe they do an international team. Like do like a 4 nation.
But they tried that. Remember in the, what was it called? The NHL had those the young stars and all. Teams. I think it was too gimmicky.
What do you think about the All-Star format now? Like how they went to like the 3-on-3 and then they went away from that. Do you think like I feel like more now, like one thing I do like the way MLB does it is they put a little weight on it, whereas the winning team gets the home field advantage for the World Series. So like you're kind of invested in it. Whereas for these guys, it's just like a little like reason for them to go away. And some of the players don't even like remember, like some of them, they make it into a joke, like that one year when Kessel was drafted last and Ovechkin's like teasing him and stuff like that. So no, it's crazy.
I think personally it should just be the skills competition. Like who's the fastest player alive?
I'm more interested in that.
Right? Put money on it.
But the crazy part is too, I feel like some teams, they'll even like lean away from it because they don't want their players going there and getting hurt.
I think it's more to do with before with the Olympics because they had no revenue coming their way.
That's right.
But the 4 nations, they saw that every team's like, oh yeah, like we're getting all our players there and we're getting revenue. All of a sudden, Charlie McAvoy gets injured.
No, one thing too is I think like the last couple Olympics have been in Asia, like smaller hockey markets. And I know the NHL really wants to tap into that China market. So like I feel like now when they go to China and these Beijing Olympics and stuff like that, I feel like they'll probably be more interested in sending their players there to grow the market.
No, I think they're also doing revenue sharing.
Oh, with the Olympics.
I think they have a certain agreement with them. That's why everybody's kind of happy with it.
Okay.
Because that was the reason why for all these years they didn't want to go to the Olympics because they're not making no money and a lot of players were getting injured. I don't remember who was it. Tavares for the Islanders who got injured.
Right. I think it was Tavares. And like he was out for quite a big stretch.
Yeah, and that I think that kind of crushed the Islanders' hopes.
Chance of making it to playoffs.
Yeah, so that pissed the ownership
a lot of
off.
People off.
Yeah,
no,
but that's part of hockey, right? It's like you get
injured
anywhere. Joe Sakic got injured with a lawnmower.
Yeah, no, it's
like
it's even like it's just anything. It's just chance. Like stuff happens, right?
Yeah. So I think there is a trickle effect when it comes to kids playing outside. I think the lockout, it kind of threw a lot of the people that were watching hockey. They started focusing more on the NFL, the NBA, and they never came back.
Do you think it's a way the other leagues market their athletes
100%.
compared to the NHL?
Well, NBA does focus more on individuals. That's right. One thing I do think about the NBA as well is I think it's more a league of players. Like, they say the Stanley Cup's the hardest trophy to win in sports. And I feel like the individual player has less of an impact just because, they're 2-minute shifts, or not even 2 minutes, sometimes even less than a minute shifts at a time. So you have less time to make an impact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with NBA, I mean, of course, their roster is much smaller too, right? Yeah. So for them, it's easier. That's why all these players get paid more.
Yep.
They have more playing time. With hockey, is different. And even NFL, look how many. They have 52 players roster spots. Yep. Here with us is what, 21 to 23, right?
Yeah. NFL is like completely
completely different, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at that, of course, that's why you can't really compare the sports. And individual wise, I just really thought when it came to like Crosby and Ovechkin, I don't really think they really pushed that hard enough.
No, I think like the biggest highlight was that one playoff series where they both got hat tricks in the same game, and ever since then, like, it's not really. Who do you think the modern day Ovechkin and Crosby is? Do you have you ever seen since then like a 1-1, or like, you know what I mean?
That's
like I know like they've tried pushing Laine and Matthews, but like.
Yeah, that didn't work.
That didn't work out.
That didn't work at all. Yeah, that's a good question. I didn't even think about that.
Because usually like in the NBA, it was like, Kevin Durant, or like it was Steph Curry versus LeBron, and then Kevin Durant versus. So like they try and sell it like
it changes.
Yeah,
right.
It changes.
The narratives change. I mean, I guess you could. No, you can't even say that. You can't even say McDavid versus the Florida Panthers, because they played back to back. That's a very easy. But I don't think individual wise, maybe it was McKinnon and McDavid. I don't know. I can't really say that. Like there's no rivalry between these guys, right?
These guys in the offseason, they're all very quiet. They just go back home, they train. And you don't really get much of anything from
I would say maybe the Kachucks versus the world.
Oh, yeah.
I literally think that's maybe the only rivalry I see anywhere,
Yeah. No, that sounds like a good idea for a TV show, too.
Yeah. Did you watch the NHL Face-Off?
No.
You had a chance?
No, I didn't catch it.
Yeah, because the first episode was pretty much the Kachucks.
Okay.
Like they were talking about the Four Nations. They were just talking about the road for Brady, just to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. I think the second season does seem better.
Better?
Yeah, okay, you should check it out for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. When it comes to the modern day rivalry between two players, I can't think of anybody. Because there was a time where you could have said maybe it was Matthew Tkachuk versus Drew Doughty.
Yeah.
For a while in the playoffs, but that fizzled away as well.
Do you think a lot of it has to do with the way they restructured the playoffs and stuff like that?
Oh, like man, I hate it.
Yeah. Because I feel like that kind of plays into it too. Because I feel like now, like last year, Colorado, they went out first round, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like now best teams, they're getting eliminated first round.
It's true, but there like a lot of the games are happening. Like the series are exactly the same every year.
Every year.
It should encourage more rivalry, but we're not seeing it because it doesn't feel like it's natural.
Yep.
Right? Not like you want the rivalries to naturally be formed. Like I really like the St. Louis Winnipeg series, even though it was the format, but it didn't really seem like that was going to be something until like it happened.
Yeah. Even do you like now? I feel like even with the regular season, it's not really. A lot of people are just like, especially with like teams where they're going to consistently make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I feel like now it's just like, hurry up, finish the regular season. Let's just get into the playoffs and start that.
I mean, unless you're Buffalo or Detroit, the teams that really want to get into the playoffs. I think for them, they just they really
dying
need
for
just
some
dying
sort of
for
playoff
one step
hockey.
at a time, right?
Especially that Buffalo franchise, man. They've been like you think every year, oh, they're gonna do something, and then they brought back Ruff, and I'm like, oh, he's a great coach, and I'm like, oh, maybe now.
I think that was a mistake right off the bat.
Oh, really?
Because it's hard bringing a coach back for the second time and then trying it a different way, especially an older coach.
Yeah, but I think like for him too, he's had success other places, and for him taking those lessons he learned and then coming back, I feel like it helps.
But the game has changed.
Oh yeah,
right.
Like these old school coaches.
Yeah, he's old school. But like, I mean, Quenneville's right now with the Ducks. Yeah, it's really working. I don't know if you watch them, but they're fun to watch.
Yeah, but I think one thing that's really nice about them too is they have such a young core. Yeah, as well.
It's a nice mix because they got Chris Kreider too.
Yeah, and he's been lighting it up. It's I know the season's only like 2 weeks in, but he's been playing really good.
I've been really focusing on the Ducks, just watching them. They're just so fun to watch. Yeah, they're flying everywhere. Yeah. I mean, they do cause certain like weird goals. Yeah, but other than that, like you could tell, give them a few years, this team's really gonna gel. Make some chemistry. Yeah, right.
And they have a veteran coach now, Quenneville.
Yeah. So, did you look at Stolar's comments?
About last night? Yes. It was crazy because we were how often do you hear goalies call out their teammates?
Well, he keeps getting run over every single game.
I think, especially when you watch the play last night where he gets run over and he's just there. And I think he was giving it a couple seconds for someone.
Waiting for Brendan Carlo to
come, and no one came. Yeah. And then he's like, guys, like, come on. But like even growing up, like you hear like nobody touches the goalie. You don't let anyone touch the goalie. Even if you push him in, no one touches the goalie. Yeah. And yesterday, it's just like thing. What do you think about him calling out the team?
Dude, it's about time. Yeah. It's about time. Like the captain's not gonna do it. The assistant captains aren't gonna do it. It's been going on for years. Yep. It's not even just getting run over. It's just there is no accountability. Last year when Stolarz also got hurt in the playoffs, nobody stood up.
No one. Yeah.
Right? And yeah, it gets frustrating. Every single game, you're watching out. You're like, my boys aren't going to cover me. I have to go take care of myself. Yeah. Like, take care of myself.
I think it's like also hard for a goalie. Like, like you're just there. And I feel like you put a lot more pressure on yourself, especially because you're like the last line of defense too.
Well, Stolarz does feel like he's the best goalie in the world. He's full out. He's flat out said it. Yeah. But then if he doesn't have his defensemen who are going to protect him, then he feels like he's covering up the slack. That's why he flat out called out Nylander. He didn't even say his name. He called him out because he wasn't back checking because he was gassed. It was completely gassed out. Mm-hmm. Why were you gassed out? Like you fully went on the offensive zone. Then maybe you should have been a little more smarter with the play.
Do you think like the way the NHL is going away from the tough guy atmosphere that has a little bit, you don't get these natural tough guys or anyone to stand up for when situations like this happen?
Well, the NHL could try. It could keep trying, but then those teams are never going to win. That's why you're going to keep seeing Florida win.
Yep. Right? That's one thing I think too, because now like you get players that take run at like your star players and stuff like that, and they're not getting punished or there's no repercussions of anything happening. And that's why like you see Gretzky, the greats, like Gretzky, wherever he went, McSorley went with him. Yeah. Right? And I felt like even back then, like he had his back. No one touched Gretzky because they know they'd have to answer to McSorley.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, your goalie, I hope this is a wake-up call for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah.
Like what do you think about his comments about how the Leafs need to send more guys to the net? And they need to start doing it to the other guys.
I think practically every Leaf fan has been saying this for years. Yep. Like, why aren't you crashing the net? It's like eventually they just want to play on the outside. Yeah, you're never going to win playoff games like that.
Especially like, I know Tavares does a decent job. He cleans up a lot of dirty.
And Nyes does it too as well. Yeah. But then over time, it's like they're going to start creating, even the younger players, they're going to start creating bad habits. Yep. They're going to start playing on the outside just like the rest of them.
Yep. And I feel like it kind of has a little bit to do with the Leafs' like identity as well. Like they don't really. Sometimes like just watching them, you get so frustrated. Yeah. Like they have no grit or no backbone. Yeah. To them, right?
Yeah. You keep seeing it over and over again. So that's why I think that was just a complete breaking point for him. Yeah. If they still don't like wake up after this, it's gonna get real nasty.
Do you think it's on GM to kind of bring in more players like this, or?
Well. Okay, my whole issue with this is like all we've been doing is bringing players in. Yeah. Your core is not going to change. Your core is the same. Yeah. You know this core right now, it feels like they're so toxic when it comes to just not changing their ways that they keep bringing every single person in, and either they're like, screw this, I'm out of here, or they're like, all right, I guess this is how we're going to play. And then they start playing like that as well. Mm-hmm. I think it's just contagious right now. It's either they buy in, either every single person buys in, including Matthews, because his body language doesn't show it.
Yeah.
Either everybody buys in, or you got to start trading everybody away.
What do you think about the moves they made in the offseason? Do you think they did enough to change the identity of the team? Or?
No, you could never change the identity of the team like this. You could keep bringing in players, but your core players, your Morgan Rileys, your Nylander, your Matthews. I can't even really blame Tavares. I still think he plays hard the way he does.
Yeah. And
Nyes plays hard. It's between. It was always between Matthews, Marner, and Nylander. It was just the three of them where the focal point was. Mm-hmm. Morgan Rielly does come play, like he comes to play in the playoffs, but when it comes to just like that grit, the next level, the next gear, it feels like those guys don't have it.
Yeah. I was gonna say I can't even blame Tavares because he took a big discount to stay, and he shows he wants to win, right?
Yeah. So when is enough? Yeah. I don't know. Like I can't tell. Like, is this the year? Because I thought it wasn't last year. I thought it was the year before when they lost. I just thought that, okay, Marner's getting traded. He didn't get traded. Whatever. He walked out. Mm-hmm. And then Nylander is the way he is. He's offensive, but if you're gonna just be
a liability out there,
defensively, sure. And then Matthews, same thing. Sometimes I don't know if you noticed this, but Matthews every single time like he wants to enter into the offensive zone, he always just drops the puck for somebody else. He never drives the puck.
Do you think it's like something where he's scared? Like I know last year he had that lingering injury.
Yeah, but he has a lingering injury every year. I don't know, man.
Do you think he's just using that as an excuse at this
point?
No,
I just think he just doesn't drive the puck because he wants to finish.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to create the plays. He doesn't want to open everybody up. He doesn't want to. He can't make his teammates better. He just feels like he needs to be open for the shot.
Do you think do you think that's like a little bit of his identity? Like they need someone like a Marner who's gonna facilitate. Like I know they brought Michelli and they were hoping maybe he'd be the one to facilitate, but even him, they're moving up and down the lines trying to find out where he'd play. Right.
I'll be honest. Like I even in the beginning, I'll say it now. I still do feel like the Leafs are gonna make the playoffs. They will most likely make that third or that first wildcard spot. Mm-hmm. Like I did have Montreal a little higher than them this year.
Yeah, they're playing good too.
They're playing great. But I don't think I think last year was the absolute peak of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like that was the best chance you're gonna get, and everything moving forward is just coming down. Every single year is just gonna get worse and worse because you lost it. I think you missed the window. The window is gone now. That's how I feel. I think the window's gone. I think for now is either you realize right away, like maybe the Boston Bruins did, and you start retooling quick, or your players are going to either start aging or they're just going to walk out, and then you have nothing to show for, and then you start all over again.
Yeah, I think it's just them, the constant, even the frustration with the market where they're just running the same thing over and over again, and like eventually you get frustrated.
Yeah,
but even I feel like management, like on paper, this team has what it takes. Like you could see on paper, like
no, it does.
It's a solid team, but on it's paper, just something. It's mental. I don't know if they have like a.
Hey, I thought last year the Buffalo Sabres on paper looked great.
Yeah,
but it doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't.
On
mean
paper,
anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't translate.
Yeah, it doesn't at all. So it's. I mean, it is pretty Toronto Maple Leaf like right now.
Yeah,
they're too soft, and the goalie is the one who's clearly walking around like he's the captain.
Yeah.
So
maybe they should do that like they did with Longo. Give him the C.
I don't want to put the pressure on him. I mean, I hope the players listen to him.
No, right? Especially when someone like that calls you out, because the goalie sees the game better than anyone else. And I think like especially if he's feeling like, hey guys, like no one's stepping in and stuff like that. Like I think teams should kind of be a little bit ashamed too that they're letting it.
This week's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
it's gonna be real interesting. This. Either they'll change their style. Everybody is a wake up call. I think it's kind of like the Buffalo Sabres when they completely got destroyed by the Avs. Well, we'll talk about it after, but it's either you're going down that path as a wake up call. You win 2 games and you're kind of changing, playing a little harder.
Yeah.
Or you continue doing what you're doing. Your goalie's going to realize it, and then he's going to check out eventually too.
Yeah. And they're going to need him this year too to get anywhere. So
yeah, I agree. Yeah. So with the Buffalo Sabres, I don't know if I think we were talking about it. You know, the Avs game before it became such a big thing. Yep. I was trying to get tickets.
Yep.
And the tickets started around $25 on the 300 section. Crazy, right? At that time, I was like, "Oh, watch me."
I don't even think you can get Marley's tickets for $20.
I don't think you can. Yeah. I think it's like $25. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And we were gonna go Thanksgiving long weekend.
Yeah.
And then I'm talking to my family. Hey, you wanna go? And my dad's like, "Oh, there's gonna be too much traffic. You know, I have to cross the bridge. Forget it, right?" So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll keep looking at the prices. Mm-hmm. So I woke up I start checking the prices in the morning, and the prices dropped. So just before the game like the puck drop, the price had dropped to $9.
Oh wow.
$9 for 300 section, and I think it was around like $11 or $12 for the 100 section. It was about 16 or 17 rows behind Buffalo's goaltender.
I wonder how much they'll go up for a Leafs game. So
yeah, I think I was just looking at them. They were about $75 for 300 section. That's still not bad. It's still not bad at all.
Even including your gas and stuff, you'd probably still be cheaper.
Yeah, like I was just telling my wife, I was like, we could have went there, had $15 tickets to the Buffalo Sabres game, right? We could have had a couple beers, ate some hot dog, whatever, come back home, only maybe spent like $60, $70.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the team's just doing bad just because they don't have that support from it? Like, I know winning solves everything. That's the best thing you could do is win, and it usually solves everything.
It will. And Buffalo Sabres are diehard fans, man, but they just haven't seen any success for so long. Yeah. They're like, what are we watching here? And that game too, especially that game. I mean, it would have been very interesting for me to go watch because McKenna was dominating. Yeah. But just seeing what happened, and just everybody thought that their season's already over, and they just came back right after that. 2 games they have won so far. They beat Ottawa, and then the last game, who the hell did they just play? Florida, right? They just beat Florida. 2 is a wake up. It was a wake up call for them. Yeah. Right.
No. Well, even like if you look at Florida, that Florida Panthers team, like they had the same issue too for the longest time, where they just had no success. Drafting guys, and then even their market. Like I remember last year, year before, even they had problem with tickets, and they were coming up with.
I think it was about 3 years ago when they had. I think Eric Stahl was playing there. I remember because my cousin, he was at the game. I think he bought like $10 tickets. Yeah. What they used to do was they used to give like deals out. They're like, all right, we'll give you like 2 hot dogs and free parking for like $30. Come on.
No, it's crazy. And then it'll be sad because you know the fans are really they love that team too.
Yeah. So what do you think? Like Buffalo won 2 games, and there are some fans are going real high. They're like, all right, they're turning it around. But where do you see Buffalo going at the end of this year? And if they're not going to do well, what do you think the solution is?
Well, it's the same thing too. Like on paper, like they have a decent team. They got Tage Thompson. I'm really big on Owen Power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think they have a good team. They have decent coach. You think I think for them, maybe I don't think they're ready to be a playoff team yet. Maybe try and push for like fighting for like that 8th, 7th seed.
I think they need DeBoer.
I
personally felt like they should. I don't know if they're waiting for them to for the team to lose for Lindy Ruff to get fired, but DeBoer you have to go for him.
Do you think now you like the way teams are cycling through coaches? Like, do you feel like they're not giving these coaches enough time to get in there and kind of build a team how they want and kind of get their system? Because I know, I know it's totally different, but like soccer, like Manchester United, they've ever since Ferguson left, they've been cycling through managers, and really they never really gave anyone a chance. And since he left, they've never really had any success. So.
Buffalo is just a very interesting situation. You know,
it's weird too because players they'll get drafted to Buffalo.
Yeah.
And the second they leave, they'll find success somewhere else.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a chemistry situation or anything, but with them, I think what Montreal is doing right now, where they started all the way at the top, and you got to create a good workplace environment from the top, and then it trickles down. Mm-hmm. You got to do it properly. Like even with the Toronto Maple Leafs, we did the Shanna plan. Yeah. All right. We won the Calder Cup back in 2017.
Yep.
After that, they threw the entire plan out the window. Like there is no grassroots hockey for Toronto Maple Leafs in the Marlies. There is no system. There's no integration like he used to. Like that what we were sold on. Mm-hmm. That's completely out the window. From the ground and I feel like that's the kind of the reason why you're not having another wave for the Leafs. And the same thing I would say for the Buffalo Sabres. It doesn't feel like they have worked on, from all the way to the top and then kind of trickle down with all your coaches, your staff members, everybody. It has to be a good environment for it to trickle down to the players, and then goes from there, from your rookies and everything, whatever is expected. Mm-hmm. It does start from the top. And I think with the Pakulas and everything, everybody, I feel like that place is cursed. I don't know where it is, but it feels like it's very toxic from the top, and then it just trickles down to the bottom.
Yeah, it's really tough because once you get that culture set in, it's very hard. Like you get anyone, you can bring a player from another team, and they buy in instantly. Like look at even Florida last year, they had that culture, strong culture. Marchand comes in and he buys in instantly.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And it just breeds success.
I love the Washington Capitals. I don't know if you've seen they're so relaxed and everybody gets along in the locker room, and they even this year, they're proving out all the doubters wrong again.
Yeah.
They're saying that no, we are the best in the Metropolitan. And it feels like it does start from the top and the bottom. There's loyalty in that team.
Yeah.
Right. And you need that.
Well, I think it comes also with like a little bit of veteran presence. Like, veteran, he's been there for so long, and he sets the tone with that team. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you can't really, if he's doing one thing and he's putting in that work ethic and that hard work, you can't like.
There's a bunch of misfits on that team. All the guys were like individuals of other teams that nobody wanted, and they all just came and formed together as a band.
Yeah.
And even when Ovechkin does leave, you got so many guys that you can say, this guy could be a captain, this guy could be a captain. You could say Wilson, you could say Carlson, and it keeps trickling down. Yeah. Everybody gets along.
It's a culture thing.
It's a culture thing, and you need to have that. And then with the Toronto Maple Leafs, I feel like it's the same issue. Matthews, doesn't matter if they win or lose. It just seems like he's just like, okay, all right, well, yeah, we'll go to the next game. And
I was listening to something last year, and it's just, I feel like the players, they don't hate to lose.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. They don't hate to lose, right?
Yeah, it's like, they're just like, okay, whatever. Like you see in the year-end press conferences, you just see it. It's just like, even if I go out and playing a beer league game and I lose, I feel like shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like these guys don't take it. And when you're a fan and you're like putting in your hard-earned money to go watch the team, and you're so invested, and when they're just giving answers like that, it's just like
when I mess up in the defensive zone or the neutral zone, and I cough the puck up and they ended up scoring, I go up to my teammates on the bench and I'm like, yo guys, I'm sorry, man, that's my fault. I'm gonna make up for that. But I don't see that here.
No.
Right? I think Ryan O'Reilly was just smart. I think he just saw that. He's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Well, Foligno too.
Yeah.
And then they come here, they see it, and then I guess they just want to get out.
Yeah. And hey, that's history, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, going from Buffalo, actually, you didn't even answer the question. Where do you think they're gonna
where they're gonna go? No, I said it. I said I think they're gonna probably be like around eighth.
You think they're gonna be that high still?
I think
you
so.
think you'll make it?
I think so, man. Like they just beat Florida, right? So
I mean, it's still early to say, but Florida has a lot of injuries.
No, it's true. But I feel like just beating, you know what it is too. Like, it's Stanley Cup champs, whatever. They have a couple of big injuries and stuff like that. But hey, you beat them, it's a big confidence boost. Like, imagine just beer league or anything like that. You playing the number one team and you beat them. It's confidence.
Yeah, but you have no Matthew Tkachuk. You don't know Barkov. I feel like they're still trying to figure out who they're gonna drop on the first line because it's Sam Bennett right now. But I do think Lundell should get like the keys for everything. I think he should be on the first power play, first PK. He should be on the first line.
I like Bennett. Last year he had a really good year.
Yeah, but I just think that he's a great player, but I think he should be on the second line. I don't think he should be first line. I think Lundell has showed that he could play any style of hockey. I don't know. I'm just very high on Lundell.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
you don't have him on your fantasy, do you?
No. No. I don't have him on fantasy. I don't think he's. Of course, like if you picked him up from waivers or something, sure. But no, in general, I just like the type of player he is. Even just the cups that they won. That third line last year,
it was
with Lundell and Marchand, it was just like fire. It's complete fire. So just going from there, I think Florida Panthers is gonna take them like 10 games to figure things out and what their realistic lineup looks like.
Super early in the season.
It's super early. Buffalo Sabres, man. I think if they just compete, I think that's a win for them this year.
Oh, yeah? You think it's that bad?
Yeah, it's that bad.
Well,
they need to compete every game. I mean, of course, they were even talking about Dahlin or Thompson. Like, if they don't make the playoffs, these guys may not even be here next year.
Well, let's look at the standings quick.
Yeah, you could check the standings.
Let's go through the teams and see which teams will play worse than them. Because I bet you there's...
I mean, listen, Tampa's sitting right now in last place. They're not going to be last place. Hagel's not even on the first power play, which is... right now it's questionable. I don't know what's going on. But I think the only player that's actually playing well on the Tampa Bay Lightning right now, from what I'm seeing, is Anthony Cirelli. I think he's playing great right now.
Yeah. What about Ottawa? Like, let's look at the teams in the bottom first.
Okay.
And let's see. Do you think Buffalo's better than Ottawa?
No.
No. Okay. So that's one team. Islanders. I think they're better than the Islanders.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. Oh, wow. I don't think so.
I think they're better than Columbus, even though Columbus is ahead right now. I think honestly they'll be around that 8, 9, 10 spot.
Okay, so then who? Okay, so because you're bringing that up now, I'm just very curious. Who do you have before them? Like, who's your playoffs? Like, what's your ranking? Like, where do you have them?
Well, like you said, Tampa's in last place, but I don't think they'll finish last place. No. Last place. I think they're a better team than Ottawa right now. I think Ottawa's still a young team. They made the playoffs
Ottawa just
last
lost
year.
Brady, man. Yeah, that's another question.
For like a month, and then I think they're still trying to figure it out as well. Yeah. They have a pretty young team. I like Ottawa. I'm pretty heavy on Ottawa.
I was last year. This year, I'm not.
Yeah, I think they're better than the Isles for sure.
Yeah, they are. Sure.
Columbus, I think they're better than Columbus.
I think Columbus is going to cool down this year.
Yeah, Philly. Even Florida, man. Florida's not in a playoff spot yet either.
Yeah, but I mean, it's only been 6 games, right? Yeah. 6 or 7 games. It's too early to say, of course. Yeah. Everybody's jumping the gun with a lot of things.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe they might finish lower than.
Yeah, like I have Buffalo maybe 11th.
Now that I actually see and what teams are actually doing, I think maybe you're right.
It just for them it has to be compete level. Like another team of the opponents when they come to play in Buffalo, it has to be a very hard game. Like it shouldn't be an easy win for any team to come in Buffalo. That should be a win for them this year. Like because it hasn't felt like that for the Buffalo Sabres for a long time. Mm-hmm. Like every single time anybody walks in there, you're like, all right, this is an easy win, and that has to change first before they actually start talking about actually winning and making the playoffs.
Go and just be competitive. Every night.
You have to start with that. I think even with Montreal Canadiens last year, I think even the year before, they were proving that they're playing hard.
They're going to be a tough out.
And last year, like they made it.
Playoffs,
playoffs and everything, and they're hard. And this year, holy smokes, look at them, all that raw talent now. They're all ready to go.
And like you said earlier, I think it's a culture thing where they built from the top down, and when you get the buy-in of every player, and every player wants to fight for that jersey or that team.
Exactly. It has to mean something. Right now it doesn't seem like it means. I think there's a lot of. I think everybody's lost in that organization. They don't know what I don't even think the fans know. Like, what direction are you taking? Yeah. It's like for me, I always go back to Vancouver. It's like the Vancouver Canucks. It's like, okay, like what direction are you taking? Are you guys gonna try to completely gut? What the hell? Light just flickered, yeah. Like, are you trying to make the playoffs? Are you trying to be a contender? Like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, that's what I hate too. I feel like with some teams, like I'd rather they just blow it up, tank, and then like try and build towards something rather than rolling out the same product. And especially if you're not gonna finish like top 4, if you're gonna be in that 8, 7, 6 spot, I'd rather you just blow up the team because you're not winning anyways.
Exactly. But with the Buffalo Sabres, like they could completely tank and they'll still be in the same situation.
Yeah.
Like that's what I feel is because I think just from the top down, like going all the way down, that needs to change. They need to gut the entire place. Maybe even burn the entire stadium down and just start from scratch, man. Because that place is just cursed. I've said this before, man. That's what I feel about Buffalo.
Oh, really? Do you think it'll ever get to a point where they might have to like just move the team or something like that?
Yo, I hope not. I think just even for a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, just growing up having that rivalry with the Buffalo Sabres,
I don't think it's a big rivalry now.
No, it's not. It hasn't been for a long time, but it's great to have neighbors right there, you know? Yeah. And even for us to go watch hockey there, right? It's great. But no, I hope not. And I mean, oh my God, we weren't even going to talk about it, but you know how there's been rumors going on? There's going to be like 4 new teams?
Oh, expansions, right?
Expansions.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like, no. 3 teams in the South. That's what they're...
Yeah, which is crazy because I think it's a Bettman thing where he doesn't want to bring teams to hockey markets and stuff like that. Like, you hear Quebec, they're dying for a team.
Oh my God. It's...
I bet you Toronto, they could support 2 teams easily.
Yeah, fans will definitely jump over, but they're not. Maple Leafs are not gonna allow that. MLSE is not gonna allow
it. I know. Yeah. I remember for a long time there was that big rumors that we might get another team in Markham.
Markham, yeah.
What was it? Was it Boselli?
Well, he
Blackberry odor. I remember.
But he was originally trying to move it to Kitchener, which completely.
No, I think that kind of ruins the OHL team that they have there. No one would go watch them. I think Markham or another team in Toronto. Would be good because like other sports they'll have it where they have two teams like Chicago they have the White Sox, Red Sox.
I mean,
White Sox and Cubs.
I mean, listen, New York, they have 2 teams right there,
Yeah.
and then the Jersey, the Devils are right there across the water.
Yep.
You know,
3
so
teams
3
within
teams.
literally.
Yeah, like what the hell?
Yeah.
You know. So they're saying 3 teams in the South. I don't know why they keep treating the NHL like it's some kind of training room or something. All right, let's try this out this year and let's see how it goes.
What do you think?
Atlanta may work again.
Like one thing Philly did do is not Philly, Phoenix. Flickering.
I think it's the ghost from Buffalo, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
Talking about us relocating their team.
Yeah.
Coming after us. No, but at least Phoenix, one thing I think they did, they gave us Nyes.
Yeah.
Because he's from that Phoenix area, and same thing with Matthews, right?
Yeah. No, but you could still have AHL teams in those places. I don't think it's an NHL market, man. There's too many other places that could have one.
Even what Phoenix did, where they moved to the Arizona State University, the 5,000.
That was embarrassing, man.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing for the league, you know.
Yeah. No.
So what they're gonna go right back there? They're like, all right, let's go make an
the
arena.
Owner has a buyback clause where he gets to buy the team back if or he has an option to put the team back if he wants, right?
Crazy, man. Absolutely nuts. But yeah, no, the teams have to stay in like I would say like around that Minnesota area. There has to be another
Minnesota. I know grassroots hockey is really, really big in Minnesota.
Big. Yeah,
I know they have one of the biggest like high school or whatever you want to call it tournaments.
Yeah.
In Minnesota, and they play right out where the Wild play. So
yeah, exactly.
I know like it's really big there.
Yeah, there should definitely maybe even like if you were talking about maybe like Indiana, like they could have a team there. I don't know. Like I'm not really saying throw a team. I personally think that there shouldn't even be 4 more teams. I think that's just too much. Like right now, I think we just got 2 teams. You just got Utah. I think you just gotta wait a few years, man. It's too fresh.
Yeah, and Seattle just got a team.
Yeah, it's just gonna water down. It's just gonna water everything down.
Yeah,
because Seattle technically doesn't even have a superstar yet.
No.
So then, what the hell are you doing? Like, why do you want 4 more teams?
Yeah.
Like, every team doesn't even have a superstar yet. Like, you have to have multiple superstars on each team until then you're like, all right, we got enough now. Now we could have more teams.
I think it's where they're trying to expand the game. And, like, I feel like they're not selling the teams or the players that they have right now. So they want to put something out. But I think if you do something like that, I think, like you're saying, it'll dilute the league quite a bit because each team will lose for sure, like, at least couple guys, right?
It's already so hard for the Leafs to win the cup.
Yeah.
Imagine having 4 more teams. Like, oh, damn, there goes my odds.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
So, I mean, speaking from all that, what do you think McKenna? Like, where do you think McKenna's going to go? And where?
How?
Okay, I got 2 questions. I got 2 parts. Where do you think he's going to go? And where do you want him to go?
Okay, I'll start with the want. Because the want, I want to see him go to Chicago.
Okay, you want him to go to Chicago. Okay.
Imagine him and Bedard together.
Shit. Okay. So you just want that dynasty there in Chicago.
Yeah, that would be good. Imagine him. Like, I know it was Taves and Kane for so long.
Yeah.
And now they have 2, I guess, cousins on the same team. How nice would that be? Do you think they're tanking possibly to get McKenna?
I think Chicago's actually playing really well. They're not going to be. I think
their record doesn't reflect how they're actually playing. I think Knight, he's been playing really well in net. I'm really big on him.
And Nazareth as well has been playing great. Yeah. So there's been it seems like there's a breath of fresh air this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
So I don't like, sure. I think even Bedard going there was a little sketchy when he did go there.
Well, I think sometimes I wonder because even like when do you think it was like the same thing where the Leafs got Matthews where like, oh, it's this historic franchise and they're
maybe, I mean, yeah, but I see the Matthews thing. The only reason why I won't say that is because when McDavid was gone, it seemed like he could have came to Toronto at that time and he didn't.
Yeah.
But that Bedard one was very sketchy, man. That one was like, how did that happen?
Well, one thing that's going to definitely help the league and them grow revenue and grow like just fan wise is having stars in big markets.
Yeah.
And, Chicago, they've been dying for a star for so long. And I think this will be good for them if they have 2 stars again and they start competing.
Where do you think he's going to go?
Imagine if he goes to Tampa. Right now they're last.
This is it. Whatever the standings are today, this is it. That's how it's going to stay.
No, but just saying, imagine if something like that happens. Where do I think? Who do I think is going to finish last? I don't know. You're saying, I bet you it would be really good for Buffalo if Buffalo could get McKenna.
Holy smokes. No, my things. This is okay. So mine is gonna go. I'm gonna go down a road of who I want it to be.
Okay.
So I want it to be the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Oh, that would be good too.
Right.
I think.
And my reason for that is, so now we're gonna go down a memory lane.
Yep.
With the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pittsburgh Penguins, I feel like the market is such a mid-sized market.
Mm-hmm.
Before Mario Lemieux came there, it felt like you could say the market was very similar to what the Columbus Blue Jackets is.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe even Columbus Blue Jackets actually are more diehard fans than what the Pittsburgh Penguins were before that. But Pittsburgh got lucky enough where they got superstar after superstar after superstar. Yeah. And that mid-sized market turned like players want to play there. Yeah. If the Columbus Blue Jackets had that same luck, like I know they had Rick Nash, but they had that same luck earlier on where they had a superstar that when they had they had a Stanley Cup earlier and then it kind of trickled down, we would have been looking at the Columbus Blue Jackets in a very different light. Yeah, light, right? So I feel like it's time for the Columbus Blue Jackets to be taken seriously. I think the fans are waiting for a very long time. If they get a guy like McKenna, I think it's great for hockey. I would have also said Minnesota, but Minnesota's a good team. They're not.
They're not. I don't think.
But if Minnesota was on the bottom after like Ryan Suter or something left, I would be like, Minnesota has to win a cup. Like it's gonna be good for hockey. Yeah. And that's the same way I feel about Columbus. Just as a hockey fan, I need like the northern U.S. teams to get even better. And I think Columbus, the only one that hasn't really got any success. If they get McKenna, I think it'll change for the next 20 years. I think Columbus will be looked at very differently. A lot of players want to go and play there as well because McKenna's there.
Yeah.
So who is gonna get it? I don't know, man. I thought really that Bedard was gonna go to Columbus originally.
What do you think about like a market like Nashville or something like that? If Nashville does really bad. Right now they're doing decent, but we're only 2 weeks in. But yeah, what do you think if he goes?
That would be good for Bettman, right? Because he wants to grow hockey. So why not have?
Because I'm not really high on Nashville, especially how they played last year. And
it's funny because that was my hot take.
Oh, really?
Them making the playoffs, but watching them right now, holy smokes! I feel like my hot takes out the window. I think.
Yeah, I think they last year they changed too much, and it's not gelling yet.
Yeah.
Or there's still a lot of players on the back end of their careers, I guess.
It could be them. It could be San Jose. I don't know, man. Like I really thought I'm watching them play.
But you know, one thing I do like about San Jose is they fight every night. It's not like you watch the games. They're not playing bad.
Hey, Ryan Reeves could play hockey, eh? Yeah. Who knew?
Who knew? Yeah. Even what's that guy's name on the team? The defenseman. For his name now. His coach is always on. His dad's always on TSN. I forgot.
You're talking about.
Jeez. Names on the tip of my tongue, and I forgot to.
Ferraro.
Ferraro, that's right.
Yes, Ferraro. Shot blocking king.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Yeah. The team's not doing well, but you could tell he's bought in and he wants to.
Yeah.
He wants to compete every night.
Yeah.
And he's blocking.
But
shots.
because you said Nashville, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
You know, it makes so much sense for the NHL is gonna try to really push to the south where McKenna goes. But I hope he goes to Columbus. It's a big market too. I think with everything that's gone in Columbus, man, it would be really nice for them to get a star and just change everything, man. It would be so good for hockey. I think if we're going to talk about Toronto getting another team or having more engagement in the North, you need one of these teams to do better. These small size markets where nobody even pays attention to Columbus from outside, nationally. And if that happens, it's really good for hockey, man.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Especially these small markets, it drives a lot of the local fans. Like if you don't have that local passion, especially in markets where they only have one team like Columbus, it's the biggest ticket.
Exactly.
They have Ohio State there, but it's a college town and I feel like that would be good for the league.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, what do you think about the Montreal Canadiens?
I think it's the same thing. Like we were talking about it earlier. They every player, I feel like they're buying in.
Yeah.
To win, and every night they want to compete. Yeah. I think Monteblan's having a great year. So he's playing lights out.
Martin St. Louis has I feel like for all these years that he's been coaching them, I feel like now he knows that he has a skill set from everybody that he could use different players in different situations.
Do you think it always translates where ex players make the best coaches?
No. I just feel like even earlier on, he just seems like he loves the game so much, and he sees the game in a very different way. Especially a guy who was being undrafted, who had to work his way up. Yep. Nothing was given to him.
And he's won too.
Yep. Like nothing was given to that guy. No. He worked his way, so he knows what it takes. So especially a team like that, where they have all these players that seem like, like Toronto Maple Leaf fans were making fun of the Montreal Canadian fans for all these years, saying that, look, we got Nylander, we got Marner, we got Matthews, and all of a sudden now we're looking at the other way, we're like, shit, what the hell happened? Why do we laugh at them too much now? Now they're all of a sudden like they look like they're laughing at us now. They got a better future. Yeah, it was coming. It was Martin St. Louis. He's a coach. He was waiting. He's waiting for the guys. Demidov is, icing on the cake is perfect now. Yeah, it's ready to go. And that guy's not on the power play yet, but he will be, I think, by Christmas.
Oh, he's going to be on there.
Yeah. I think they're just slowly easing him in.
Yep.
But the way he's playing right now, man. Lights out. Caulfield, too, man. Caulfield, like, his shot is, oh, my God.
I think they're gelling.
Yeah.
And they're playing really well together. I think it's like it has to do with, I think now, especially, I think anyone in the NHL can play. I think it's more of like a mental thing.
For Montreal Canadiens, I think the way I'm gonna judge them is whenever of course every team loses, but whenever they lose in maybe a big way, I want to see the next game. How do they respond the next game? Because if you see them have a strong response over and over again, you see that pattern. Mm-hmm. This team has actually matured, and now you're gonna see maybe in the next 2-3 years they're gonna be cup contenders for years to come.
Yeah.
So that's when you actually see signs of a young, promising team taking the next step to becoming a serious threat. Mm-hmm. I think they're there, man. They're very fucking close.
Well, even last year they gave Washington. They gave them a run.
Yeah. So, now just the way all the teams are moving in Tampa right now.
Man, one thing I do notice too is each team, like any given night, can win. Right?
Yeah.
And I feel like the hockey is just getting so much better. Like you were talking about San Jose. It's they did really like bad last year, but still it's good hockey to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like each team, I think it's harder and harder to win. I think it's more competitive league overall.
With the Ottawa Senators, just Brady Tkachuk getting injured, and now all of a sudden they're just like they lost to Buffalo.
I feel like it's back to that mental thing. I think it's just, hey, you have your captain and I think he's the real voice in that change room.
But you can't just have one person who's. That's right. The tide just goes one way or the other because one guy goes. Yep. It can't happen. Like Pinto's having right now so far, he's playing really well.
Yep.
But apart from that, I haven't seen anybody that's kind of, like really showing that he took a big step this year. I mean, it's early. It's only 7 games.
Yeah.
But still, like
that's a tough challenge about talking about. We're only so far into the season, but still, like I feel like if you have a slow start, it really takes the gas out of you and it takes a while for you to get back up to speed.
Yeah.
So I feel like these early games, even though like teams will be like, hey, we have such a long season left, I think it really actually matters to have a good start.
I think it's the teams that have won cups and actually knows what it takes like to go up and down.
Yep.
Those teams, they'll find a way. The teams that haven't done that yet, for them to crawl back out,
it's very hard.
It's hard.
Like Edmonton last year, they had such a really bad start last year, and then they finally slowly figured things out as the season went along. But same thing. That's why I'm not super worried about Tampa Bay or even Florida. They'll find a way because they've done it in the past.
Yeah.
Like even last year, like Tampa Bay, they went on that crazy streak and they managed to get it.
Because apart from Montreal, I don't think any other team in the Atlantic is actually giving a run for their money. Like I don't think anybody else, even Detroit. Like I'm not really high on Detroit.
They're doing well, but
the same thing. I feel like there's a couple veteran guys, and then there's Larkin right in the middle, and then you got like Lucas Raymond and DeBrincat. But then it feels like there's no all the younger players like Danielson or Axel Sandin, the defenseman. It doesn't seem like any other wave of draft picks and draft players are coming up. They're actually making like they're ready to take like to jump in the top 6 and make a serious threat like Demidov or anything. Mm-hmm. Detroit don't have anybody like that. Their drafts are feeling like they're being misses. So I mean they're being really good at drafting before in the later picks, but now they can't even hit those anymore.
No.
Right? They can't hit anything.
Yeah.
So
especially now with all the stats and all the metrics you have now, it should kind of make things easier.
Yeah.
Exactly. What do you think about like that? Are you a stats guy or are you like a visual guy?
No, I'm not. Like stats, there's only some things you can look at stats and it'll kind of paint certain part of the picture, but it won't. You're not gonna be able to read the future. You can't tell based on like you got to be able to see the guy's emotions on the next shift. But like, all right, well, your stats are out the window because that guy's about to do something. You know it. That your stats are never gonna tell you that.
Well, I know like what's his name? The Leafs old GM.
You're talking about Dubas?
Dubas, yeah, I know he was really big into stats, and now I feel like it's the opposite with Treliving, where he's more of a.
Yeah, I think it's like you got to use like you have to be right in the middle. It's a good moderate spot.
Yep.
Right. There's certain things like if you're going throughout to the trade deadline and you look at your players and certain things in your stats are telling you something, and your eyes are also going to be able to tell you almost the same thing as what the stats are telling you.
No.
It should not be that far apart.
No,
if they are, then you got some serious thinking to do. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, you know. But usually it tells almost the same picture. Like that's how I feel. But then certain people, they're like, oh no, this guy, well, he coughs up the puck in this certain place 25% of the time, blah, blah, blah. Or he's good here.
Well, like, I think stats sometimes they're misleading too, because they'll depend on the other players around you too, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of impacts like your statistics.
Yeah, like you tell me your stats if somebody has a flu.
Yeah.
Like how much, what's the statistics of how he's going to do like based on how he feels, right?
No.
Or he came from he got hit into the boards the shift before, the next shift he comes out like how are the stats going to tell you that? Yeah. Right. So certain things he can't, and no matter how advanced it gets, it won't, unless they put like friggin' needles and shit, and chips and needles and players, and all of a sudden that will like do all that stuff. That'll be nuts, man.
No, that'll be crazy.
That's like test dummies, huh? Like they take it that far.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Imagine that's the future.
No. I know, like now and stuff, like they have all these trackers and stuff that they're putting on players and trying to get every last like bit of data,
and like it changes like betting odds and everything, right? Because it's for I feel like the reason why they're doing that is for betting. Yeah. Right. Oh man, like if we go down that betting route right now, I'm just gonna freaking lose my mind because everything's betting right now.
Especially on TV, like you'd never see it as much before. Like for a long time, I remember there was like a fine line. Oh, do we talk about it?
This is too much now.
And now it's like every time you turn on a break, oh hey, this is brought by Bet365 or hey, this is like, DraftKings or whatever, and they're trying to sell. Even now, like they'll have the pregame. I feel like most of the time they're not talking about the team; they're talking about what's a bet on.
Exactly,
which is crazy.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I have the itch. Why don't you have the itch as well?
Yeah.
Let's sell that to everybody, right? Yeah. Marner, Vegas. You got all the players are red hot. They just beat the Calgary Flames last night, 6-1.
Yeah.
Did you have a chance of watching that game at all? Or highlights? Nothing.
No, nothing.
Dude, I don't know if it's more about the Vegas Golden Knights or if it's about the Calgary Flames just not competing.
You know what it was? I was really big on Calgary coming into the season.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. I thought they'd be like a lot better than they're performing now, especially when after that first game when they played Edmonton.
Edmonton, yeah.
And that was a really
They haven't won since.
No.
They're 1-5.
Yeah. No, which is crazy. Yeah. And, they have a decent goalie. I thought Wolf would be like a lot better, but it's well,
it's the entire team ahead of you too. I think Calgary right now 6 games they should completely
got the team.
McKenna's coming. You guys have to.
I think that would be another good spot.
This draft is so deep. You need to try to get multiple first round draft picks. Calgary's in the spot, and they're doing the same thing right now. They're not deciding if they want to be go all in or if they're gonna
I think the earlier you make that decision, but then again it's very disheartening for a fan too. They're probably looking at, hey, like if we start tanking, will we sell tickets and stuff like that?
I think this is the year that any organization that can't make the playoffs, this is the only year that you could sell it to your fans and say that we're going to gut because this draft is just as strong as a McDavid draft.
Yep.
Like everybody from I think it's like 1 to like almost 40.
Well, it's
like everybody's deep.
That would be a good thing too if he goes to Calgary because McKenna, he's from that mess.
He's from Yukon.
Oh, he's from Yukon. Okay, but he played minor hockey.
Medicine Hat.
Yeah, so like that would be good too. I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
Back to your question.
I know. I didn't even think about that, right? But Calgary would be great. But yeah, they need to gut the team.
Right? And they're dying for a star too, right?
Yeah. I mean, Hubert was supposed to be that guy, but no. Yeah. I think the experiment's done. Rasmus and Anderson, they were talking about trading him.
I think any team would be lucky to have
trade him. Kadri, personally, they should have traded him in the offseason. I love the guy, but that team is not going. The ship is just stuck. It's not moving.
Yep.
Get rid of him as well. If there's any young kids, sure. I think Farabee, just make him play some minutes. Yep. Like let him play, get him some points, trade him out too. Like you got to get rid of a lot of your guys. Yeah, and you got to start from scratch.
Finding out what you have, right?
Yeah, you got to start. Because Wolf, all these guys are super young.
Yep.
So if you do your rebuild, like Wolf right now is 24.
Yep.
You do a 3-year rebuild. If you got certain players, he'll be 27. He'll be in his prime, ready to go. At least if he was like 28, 29, you're like, oh shit, now all right, we got to think about trading him too. But no, he's young. Like you just signed him right now. Do your rebuild.
Yeah.
And go from there.
And just start.
Yeah.
Rather than putting it off, and then rather than doing his rebuild like 2 years down the road.
Exactly.
Then he's 27. Then by the time you actually get a team together that's decent, it'll probably be like 29, 30-ish.
Yeah. Vancouver should have done this 2 years ago, but they just decided they're not going to do that either.
Yeah.
So that's on them.
I think it's a lot to do with like the team and money and
I think it depends on ownership as well. Like how much money are you making? How much are you losing? Yeah. When are you gonna make the playoffs? Because that's like added revenue. But I think Calgary's not close.
I think it's harder for smaller markets too. Why they gotta consistently field like somewhat competitive team, because they gotta. I think most of their revenue is derived. Obviously, you get a big chunk from TV and stuff like that too. But I feel like selling seats, I think, is more important for these.
True, but look, Chicago this year is not. It's not like they're expecting them to win the cup, but they're so exciting. Fans are coming back.
Yeah,
it took 2 years.
Yeah,
so. You could do the same thing. Yeah, this is gonna be a bad year. Fans don't want to come, but then next year, like if you go get McKenna, you get any other top players, and most likely a lot of the guys are going to be NHL ready. So then there you go. The new wave of players. Even in Toronto, when we were rebuilding, and then Matthews came the next year, right? And how many fans all the fans started coming back.
Come back,
want to play.
No.
Well, Toronto never gets empty anyways, but like you get my point, right?
No. Like the passion was there, or like the spark.
Yeah, exactly. Like the city is like they know, they're like, all right, you know what? We'll give it 5 years. We know where this is headed. We could all see the same vision. You can see
the vision.
Right now in Calgary, you don't see the vision.
No.
What are we gonna do?
Well, yeah.
Are you waiting for Huberto's contract just to be over so that we could be like, all right, now we're gonna rebuild?
Yeah. No. Even like I think he's a decent piece there. Like I think he got overpaid, but like that trade when it happened, I thought Calgary.
We all thought that.
I thought Calgary won. I thought they were walking with house money.
Yeah, because you got Uyghur as well.
Yeah,
right. Which is another guy any team would want.
Yeah.
Like, and he's a good contract. And he's like $6.5 million.
Yeah,
it's great.
No, solid.
So just that's it. You gotta start looking at that. You talk to your players like, listen, guys, it's time. I think 1 in 5. It shows.
I think
I'll watch them play. This is literally how they play.
Yeah. Even building a competitive team in Calgary, that Edmonton Calgary rivalry, it's good for hockey.
Yeah. Right now there is no rivalry.
There's no rivalry. Same thing like Toronto, Ottawa. In recent years, like last year, it was kind of building up, and we played them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I find that these local rivalries are good for hockey.
It does. It does really help. And it hasn't been since Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah.
And Johnny Gaudreau. I think since those guys were left, it hasn't been the same in Alberta. They need to bring that back. They need to go draft some players because they're not going to get players to sign. And I think just the way their core is working right now, they don't really have like a main piece that they can build their entire team around. They don't have that yet. They got to do that all over again. So, yeah, that's what I think about Calgary. And I don't know, we went from Marner and Vegas.
Vegas.
But I think it was just less about Vegas because everybody's like, wow, like, because Marner scored that insane goal. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
No,
but I was gonna say it's like I think it's a culture thing, man. Like the biggest thing, like he goes to an organization where they're already winning. They feel the competitive ever since they entered the league, a competitive team, and then I feel like it's less pressure. Like him talking about him in Toronto getting death threats and stuff like that. I think that eats away at you as a player.
Well, because he's now I don't think he's considered the main core piece. Like in Vegas, even though he's getting paid like one.
True. Yeah.
So he's kind of.
I think Eichel's that main piece.
Eichel,
that you have there.
Even though Mark Stone is not as talented as talented, he doesn't have. He's the voice, right?
Yeah.
Not as talented. Sorry, that's not the word. But I feel like Stone's been playing for a long time. Of course, he's taking a step back, right? Yeah. But this game too, they threw Marner back on the second line because Stone and Eichel just they work so well. The chemistry is amazing. So Barbashev's back on that first line, and that. I think Marner, he doesn't have as much pressure because there's a lot of other guys who have won a cup there. They know what it takes to win, and they're just like, here, just sit on the back seat.
Yep.
Don't worry, we'll take you there.
But even for him, I think it's good for him too because he's not going against the number ones.
Yeah,
him being on the second line, he's going up against the number twos, right?
Yeah. I think he has hurdle as well to play with. So it's a great team, man. I think even with Phil Kessel, when Phil Kessel left Toronto as well, that was kind of like the same thing that happened in Pittsburgh, right? He went to a team where there's 4 other guys that were like, we know what it takes to win. Just come along
and just help us out.
That's it.
I think that has a big piece to play. Like I feel like like you were saying, like he doesn't have to be that main piece, or there's not that pressure on him. Hey, I gotta do something, or when the team's
there's
down.
only a handful of guys would be like, I'm the man. I'm gonna freaking do it on my team. I run this team.
Yep.
I ain't gonna go to some other team and take the back seat, you know.
Yep.
And it only takes a certain special player to be that guy. Doesn't matter how bad you're playing, you'll turn it around.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, it is what it is, man. I mean, it happened to a lot of players. Certain players, you gotta realize that you can't win here. Yeah, you gotta move on. So I don't blame the guy. Like,
I kind of blame him the way he left.
No, I blame him for that, but I don't blame him the fact that he left. I just blame him the way everything went down.
Oh man,
he should have been. If he was a true Toronto Maple Leaf fan,
do you feel like the players knew last year, like some point during the season, that he's not coming back?
Yeah, I think they all knew. Every single player on that team knew.
Do you think that kind of like bit into the team where like?
No, I bet they're all looking and they're like, "Oh, we totally understand."
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I feel. I mean, based on how they're playing right now, too, it doesn't seem like they have that extra. Like they're not playing for each other. Like, oh, okay, all right. Well, that guy's gone. He ran my goalie over.
Yeah.
All right. Well, don't worry. We have a backup goalie just in case.
Just in case.
Bizarre, man. So bizarre how this just as an old school hockey type of guy, it really ticks me off.
You think you've seen it all, and then with this team, and then they managed to surprise you.
They're like, surprise, bitch.
No, 100%.
Yeah. What? Okay, so I mean, we already talked about all these teams, but what team actually impressed you last 2 weeks? Like, who kind of threw you off? You're like, oh wow, they're actually better than I thought it would be.
What do you like? The Avs look really.
Avs look great. Landeskog is back, man. It's gonna take him some time.
Avs look really, really good. Like they haven't lost in regulation yet.
Yeah.
And one team I think really looks really good, but they look really good every regular season. Carolina. Do you think they'll finally take that next step to have some playoff success?
They're so boring to watch, man.
But
there's one team I just can't watch right now.
That's the thing, right? I feel like Brindamore, he's the systems coach.
Yeah.
And I think it's but I think once things get challenging, he has difficulty breaking out of that system.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's their biggest challenge when they get into the playoffs is they'll play the same thing, just ton of shots.
You nailed it in the head. That's exactly how I try to sum it up, and you said exactly what I've been thinking about Robin Brindamore. That's the reason why I don't like him in Carolina.
It doesn't adapt.
No.
But I think they play good hockey. It's just it might not be the most entertaining to watch. I think when they got Ehlers, I thought that was good for the team.
Yeah. He's
coming from Winnipeg, and they've had success over the last couple of years. Maybe, it'll be the driving piece to hopefully give them some success. And
I think they're younger players like Blake as well. They're just moving. They're giving them more of a role.
I think with Blake, like last year you saw in the playoffs, I think they need to get a bit more tougher.
Yeah.
Because you saw him in the Florida Series getting pushed around.
Who wasn't getting pushed around?
Yeah.
Man? Like in the Carolina with the Hurricanes. Svechnikov's another guy who's just been so inconsistent, right? Last year, this year as well.
Yeah.
Like he just dropped down. Clearly, Rob Brindamore has no faith in him as well.
Yeah.
He's on the fourth line. He's not even shooting. He's not hitting. I know I have him on fantasy. I'm not trying to sell him. But I'm just saying, like, just watching him play. Yeah, he is. Maybe Svechnikov is also the reason why the Carolina Hurricanes can't do it as well. I feel like because they expect much more from him, and he just can't give it to them.
What about the opposite way? What's your biggest surprising team that you thought would be doing well that's not doing well?
Well, I think the easy one is Tampa. I think that's the one I kind of looked at like, what the hell happened to you guys? Like nothing changed with you guys.
Even last year, like they had like a little bit of a slow start.
Yeah.
And then they kind of, I guess, slowly as the season went on, like they got in. Like I remember at one point they were like not even close. It was like already like pretty decent way into the season. They weren't in a playoff spot.
Yeah.
And then last year they went on that crazy tear and then ended up getting.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true. Maybe it's a little too early to kind of say disappointing teams. Like I think just a surprise team for me. I would say the individual right now. I think Jonathan Taves right now. Like he is playing a little slower, but I think he's actually catching up, like speed wise, like to the game. He
hasn't played in a couple of years. Right?
Yeah. So I think just the way he was playing last game.
He's from that Winnipeg area.
He's from Winnipeg. Yeah. Yeah. So just watching him play, getting back. I think he got 2 assists last game.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm just happy.
Like no team wanted to pick him up. Now you're watching him, and no team in the last 2 years wanted to pick him up.
Yeah. No, it's great, man. It's great when he's back. So that's kind of, I'm looking at the Jets right now. It doesn't seem like they're missing Ehlers at all. I feel like they're. Just
I think one thing too is you bring in a veteran presence.
Yeah.
And someone who's won. not like once or twice, but like he's won.
Yeah, no, he knows what it takes,
and you get someone with that, and then it kind of helps.
And I mean, Taves has stopped the Jets multiple times because every single time they had ran right through them, and that's how like the Blackhawks won the cup is because they beat the Jets.
Yep.
So it's good to have them on the team. Kind of show them the blueprint. So hopefully it works out.
No.
They have a lot of good guys, man.
I think even with that organization, it's crazy because they're tough. Like they have bigger guys, and I feel like they like do really well in the playoffs.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? A disappointing team. I would say the St. Louis Blues.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not playing as well as I thought they would. They were just kind of maybe they're starting a little slow. I don't know.
That's the tough thing about like talking.
It's 6 games, man. I know, right? Yeah. We're just looking around. We're like, all right, so
yeah. No, I'm glad hockey's back though.
Yeah,
that's the best thing.
I'm happy too, man. I'm happy too. It's just weird. The schedule started off so odd, right? And I think it's gonna be like that moving forward. But it's good. Now we're getting a lot of games every game. I think there's a game going on right now. We should.
Probably a couple.
We'll maybe watch after this.
What do you think? What do you think about Toronto's start so far?
I think this is what I was expecting.
Really slow start?
Yeah.
Well, the biggest surprise was that back-to-back loss to Detroit.
Yeah, that one, kind of threw me off. Yeah. But my dad's I think he was like a few times he just wanted to break the TV. He's like, what the hell is this, man? What's going on? We lost only one guy.
No.
Why is this happening, right? No. I think a few things. I mean, we're back to the Leafs, but I think Easton Cowan needs to be sent back down. Yep. I think he has to go to the AHL. He needs to play a full year. Stop. MLS, he's trying to paint this picture for us, saying that okay, Marner's got, but there's this other London Knight guy who's amazing.
Yep.
And he's gonna come and he's gonna solve all your problems.
I was really big on Cowan. Like I know he has the crazy like statistics. He did really well in the OHL and stuff like that. But then he goes to the World Juniors, and I don't think he did as well.
Didn't do. Last year he didn't have a good season either. The year before he had a great season, he's a kind of guy that like a few times he was coughing up the puck. Of course, you're a young kid. But you can't just push every player. Now you're throwing him on the first line, expecting him to go and replace just, Marner.
Like, figure out what's going on.
No, he doesn't have the experience. He needs like 2 years.
What do you think?
I don't even think he's gonna be ready next year either.
What do you think about do you find now with rookies getting drafted, like they're not giving enough time to like develop in the AHL, or do you think they're just because teams are so invested in these guys, they just take them and toss them?
I think every player is different. Like every situation is different. Here in Toronto, it's like, if I draft you in the first round, and I expect you to go and immediately make the lineup, it shouldn't be that way. Like every player has their own. It could be a skating issue. It could be maybe the defensive system or how you're supposed to play. You got to go play in the AHL because it's supposed to mimic what your NHL team is doing.
Yep.
The coaching style and everything.
Yep.
Go play in that. Go play your first top 6 minutes. Go dominate that league.
Yep.
Then you'll be ready to come in. Then you could insert that guy into your top 6 right off the bat.
Yeah.
But I think right now they need to understand the system. Why are you pushing this kid? You're just gonna ruin the kid's like ego. The way he plays. He's confused. Like he doesn't know. Now the coach is telling you got to play defensively, but he's an offensive player.
Yep.
You're gonna ruin him.
So, what do you think about Brube's? I think last year was really good because you got that really offensive style from Keefe.
Yeah.
And I know like it's a new coach, but you still have that, and then you bring in Brube's style where he's more defensive. Crash bodies to the net and like play more from the back up. And what do you think about that?
I'll say this: if we had that when we got Ryan O'Reilly that year, if we had Brube as a coach, it would be different. Different. Just maybe like now we don't have those pieces. Maybe we don't maybe defenseman wise, like we do have the Brube style, but forward wise, I feel like a lot of the things that he wants them, maybe they don't have those type of guys. You don't have the power forward wingers that he would want.
I think that type of breed of players slowly dying out from the NHL.
I think they're still there. I think they're mostly on the West Coast. Yeah. Like you go in West Coast, you have a lot of big body frame. Like I mean, go look at the St. Louis Blues. That's all they have.
That's all they have. Yeah.
Right? So you could have that. I think Brube is the right type of coach here. We should have had this coach to begin with. Mm-hmm. It should have not, because you have a Sheldon Keefe who's like run and gun. You're especially as young kids who are getting drafted, you're teaching them certain things
and bad habits,
right? Like you could bring a coach like Keefe after After when Coach like Rubis actually taught all the young players.
One thing I did like about Keefe is the power play was like really good under Keefe.
Yeah.
And I felt like the team was more entertaining to watch.
Yeah, sure. I mean, entertaining, yeah.
But hey, I'll give up entertaining for
no, hands down. To be honest, I'll rather have a boring team. But look, listen, Florida Panthers don't play that style. Yep. But they're fun to watch.
Yep.
They'll go, as soon as they chip it into the offensive zone, like, two guys are gonna go and get hit. They're gonna go down.
Yep.
So yeah, I just think coaching wise, I think it will work. I still think Michelli should be the one who moves up. I think Robertson, I'm gonna die on this friggin' sword, but Robertson needs to get moved up on the first line.
Oh, really?
Give that guy. I've said this like a month ago.
I think,
but he needs to play like 10 consistent games on the same line in the first two lines.
I think the way Berube tries and structure his team too is he has his top 6 like scoring forwards, and then his bottom 6 are mostly like checking guys.
But Robertson can score.
Yeah.
Robertson actually has a skill set. Is that he's inconsistent.
Yep.
That's his problem. But you gotta throw him on a line and be like, all right, you made a mistake. Well, you go make up for it next shift.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that last game you played like shit. All right, next game you're gonna play better. But you're staying on this line. Figure it out. You got like 5 games. And give him that pressure. Be like, all right, you got 5 games. Go do it. I'm not moving down to the third line yet. But that's the only way you're going to know if you're going to trade this guy or not. I've said this before, but Robertson needs to move to the top 6, man. You can't keep him on your third line. He's too skilled. He makes mistakes defensively. So what? Like, you got Nyes, you got Matthews, you got Tavares on the second line. Somebody will cover him. Just make him play consistently.
I think that's very hard too for a player, especially constantly being shifted. Like, by the time you get a chance to like gel and figure out how players play.
Yeah.
You're on another line, right?
Exactly.
So you need a little bit of consistency, especially this early in the season. Like, hey, take your chances now, figure out what you have, and see what lines work. And like, there'll be injuries down the line and stuff like that. Things change, but I think you need to like figure things out early rather than later on. Don't be experimenting later on.
Exactly. Last year was a perfect year. We should have experimented. But like Marchman, who ran our goalie over, I was like, Dad, by the way, we drafted this kid.
Yeah.
Who's we won the Calder Cup with him.
Even Verhaeghe too, right?
Yeah. I'm like, but Marchman, we won with this guy. Yeah. And then we were trying to insert him in. And we're like, oh no, we're too stacked. We don't need him. And I think, was it Connor Brown at the time?
Yeah.
We're like, all right, Marchman, we have no space. We just traded him away. But he's the type of, like, he is small, but he's feisty. Like, sometimes you need players like that, but you need time. You need to give them time. Yep. Here in this market, we have no patience.
Yep. No, I think especially it's because it's always win, right?
Yeah, but then we lose in the long run.
No, that's
because those players, if you were being a little more patient, they would have worked out for you. And that's why I feel like Robertson. I feel like we are going to trade Robertson because this market always needs a guinea pig.
Yeah.
They're going to make him the guiney pig. He's going to go somewhere else, and then he's going to prove you wrong. Just like how, what's his name? Even McCann. Even McCann, who went to Seattle.
Yep.
Because we wanted Justin Hall.
And then even
he's averaged 31 goals.
Yeah.
31 goals since he has left.
Yeah, and then even what's his name in Edmonton? Got rid of him. Didn't want to re-sign.
Hyman?
Hyman.
Yeah.
I thought Hyman would have been a great piece for us this year.
Oh,
because he's not afraid to go to the net too, right?
Yeah. Like, now he's just the injury troubles for them. Yeah. Like, he's just going down. But yeah, I think, be patient. Because, this is going to be a rocky road now.
Yeah.
Like, you got to figure it out. You have to be a little more patient. We're going to have to go through that road where you're going to be like wild card, and then maybe a couple picks or something, and then
I think one thing that's good for this team is like we're seeing success in the playoffs, and then like we finally made it out of the first round. I think now, like even last year, like we're the only team that gave Florida like a run for their money. I think they steamrolled over every other team, and I think we should have beat Florida.
Yeah, well, we had certain games we could have closed them out. We didn't do that.
Yep.
That's same thing. You're not attention to details.
No.
You're kind of letting things slip because you're not living every shift to shift. And you fucked up. Yeah. That's all I can say. But that's a typical thing here, man.
No.
And then we don't learn our lesson every single year. Same thing happens.
No.
And I think the ship has sailed, man. That's just me. I think the high is gone. It's not. Unless you get Matthews, who just flips a switch and he's like, all right, I'm gonna drop the hammer on every single player. I'm taking charge. If he doesn't do that, or if Nylander's like, I'm gonna stop floating around and I'm gonna stop being that laid back, relaxed guy, but I'm gonna be like, all right, guys, like I need to be assistant captain. I'm gonna take it seriously.
Do you think Matthews wants it? So like his I don't know if it's his demeanor or the way he talks or just like that, but sometimes I feel like does he really want to?
Yeah, give us some raw emotion.
Yeah.
Like with McDavid, at least like we saw that raw emotion.
Remember
like
last year when they started off slow last year, and he's in the locker room screaming, yelling.
Yeah.
And like I feel like I said, it's just like the team, they don't hate.
But like fans here too, people say that it's so hard to play here. But like if you gave us that raw emotion, like we completely fucked up, but mark my words, like give us a couple games and we're gonna turn this around. If you give us that, like there are some guys who are gonna still hold that accountable, right? They're gonna be like, oh look, he's still not playing as good. But if you give us a raw emotion, we're like, damn, okay, you know what? Our captain, he said that. All right, you know what? We'll take it seriously.
The crazy part is, I feel like Stolarz, he called out the team, like we were talking about earlier, and you're getting a little bit of that emotion now.
Yeah,
but it's not coming from.
But it shouldn't be coming from a goddamn goalie.
That's right.
Our goalies are calm, collective. He's the guy who's making sure like everything's okay. It should be our veteran guys who do this. But you're not getting that from him.
What do you think about? Do you think when they took the C away from Tavares, they should have or?
At that time, I thought they should have.
Yeah.
But now I feel like, did it make any difference? Like, you gave it to a guy who actually takes it more seriously, was in Tavares, gave it to Matthews, and I don't know, maybe you should have given it to Morgan Riley. I don't know. Like, or maybe nobody should have been captain.
Just go back to when we had the 3
Yeah, just no captain until one of you guys take it serious, like a kid putting him in timeout.
Yeah,
he's like, you go to that corner until you don't learn what you did wrong. No. Until then, I'm not giving you your toy back.
No, brutal.
So yeah,
it's crazy. We're always coming back to Toronto.
It's crazy, right? We just we have all these
problems, man. This team, it's very frustrating. Like I can tell you, man. You like, no matter what you do, it's just.
We wanted to talk about so many other things. I wanted to talk about LA too.
Yeah.
But like,
I can't believe like the start they've had, man. Like, they were one of my biggest surprises too this year.
Oh, you had them high?
No, I thought they were going to be a lot better than they were. Like actually.
No. Last year, I thought they were going to make it very deep. I thought they're going to beat the Oilers. They're going to go to semis.
It's like that ever since the coach made that challenge.
I think it's gone, man. Yo, you got Cody Ceci and Dumoulin were playing together on the third pair. They were completely ass.
Yep.
I mean, they were terrible. So then they split them off. Cody Ceci's like averaging like 15, 16 minutes.
Yep.
Right? Playing third line minutes. He's like 0 + 1. He's not bad now.
Yeah.
Dumoulin's playing on the first line with Drew Doughty, and he played 25 minutes last game.
Yeah.
Played a little better, but they have to split those two. If those two play together, it's game over. This team can't win a single game. You have to keep these guys off the ice, man.
No.
And they signed them. Long term.
So
good luck with that. You lost Gavrikov to New York, and now you guys got a bunch of guys who can't skate. So good luck, LA.
They were one of my surprise. I thought they were gonna do a lot better than they did. Yeah. But like I said, it's like super early.
I had Nashville. I thought the old guys were gonna be pissed from last year. Like, all right, we're gonna prove these guys wrong. We're gonna change it. But
even like for like they made a lot of changes. So I thought like maybe this year too, like they just need some time to gel. They had a season. Okay, this year they'll come out, but. Doesn't look like
it just seems like sell us for spare parts.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like right now in Nashville.
No,
all right.
We didn't even talk about the 5D.
Oh shit!
I was gonna the 5 forwards.
The 5 forwards. I think Vegas is running the 5 forward power play.
Yeah.
They took off Theodore off that power play.
What do you think about teams? Because you see it's more and more common where they have like 4 forwards and 1D, or they'll even roll out 5 forwards. I think to me, I like it. I think. When you're on the power play and you have the man advantage, you want to get it in your best puck handling guys.
Yeah.
With the guys that handle the puck the best, and give them the most touches they can, right? Give them the most opportunity to make an impact on the game.
I think when you're inserting Marner as your quarterback.
Yep.
So it depends on the guys you have. So he could definitely quarterback. He could set everybody up. So when you have him on the point, it works. 5 forwards work. I feel like for the playoffs, you need a backup just in case. Yep. And of course, they already know it's Theodore because they have tried this out.
Do you think, I'm curious to see, do you think the amount of shorthanded goals we'll see now because you don't have that defensive-minded presence? Or not on the ice?
For Toronto?
No, just like in general across the league. Do you think shorthanded goals will be up because more and more teams are rolling the 5 forwards?
Yeah.
I think so too.
I do. I definitely do see that.
Yeah.
But I don't think all the teams are doing that.
But most teams, from what I see, they try and follow that because their power play is so good.
Well, I mean, it depends on the type of defenseman you have. If you have Quinn Hughes, you have Makar, you have Bouchard, you're still going to keep your defenseman, right? Lane Hudson, same thing.
Yep.
If you have that kind of guy, sure. But if you don't, or if you don't have enough talent, then of course you can't. Toronto right now, they don't have it. They can't do it. They don't.
It's funny because I feel like sometimes it's the defensemen that are scoring the most. Like last year, we only had 20 or so goals from defensemen, which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, we already have that issue because we don't have a true puck moving defenseman anymore.
Yeah.
Prototypical. I mean, Oliver Ekman-Larsson could be that guy, but I think he's a
his
little.
legs are gone.
Yeah, like he's past his prime now, so you can't really expect him to take that load anymore. I think Morgan Rielly is the only option you really have in Toronto. You have to just run him until you get one, but you're not gonna get one. You can't. We've been saying this for the last 10 years. You can't just find him out of a tree. You're not gonna get. What, you're gonna get another Tyson Berry?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get him. There's only a handful. Maybe 7-8 guys like that. Zach Werenski or anything. You're not gonna just go find them. No. So that's the reason when you don't have those number one defensemen. If you don't have that, then you could run the 5 forward. But if you do, then you are gonna run it. So you're gonna see 50-50, I think, throughout the entire series. Yeah. So
what do you think about it? Do you like it? I feel like it's more entertaining to watch when you have 5 forwards because the one thing I like that Vegas does is Marner's running the point.
I think with Vegas is going to work.
They do a good job rotating too.
Listen,
and I feel it makes it harder to track guys because they're constantly rotating.
Yeah,
and it'll open up more space on the ice for.
With Vegas, when you got Jack Eichel, who's one of the best two-way players, you got Mark Stone's also one of the best two-way players, right? And you also got Marner, who's actually pretty great two-way player. You got 3 guys who you could rely on a power play. Yeah, and nothing's gonna go wrong. You don't need a defenseman. Yeah. You'll be fine there. For Vegas, it's gonna work, but not every team has that same
setup.
No, like when you have Florida, I don't know. Florida didn't even bother trying that. Florida usually has a defenseman, or even right now they're running 2 defensemen. They have Seth Jones and Ekblad. Well, that's because they don't have 2 of their best players. Right. So they'll typically just have Seth Jones on the point. But that 2 defenseman thing, even the 2 defensemen on the power play, I think that's gone. I think Florida's maybe the only team doing that.
Doing it, yeah. No, it's crazy because I feel like now too, you're not really seeing that big shot from the point as much in the NHL. I feel like now it's mostly getting the goalie moving sideways and moving around, trying to open up space like that. I think that screen the goalie in front of the net game. I think that it's like a dying art now. Well,
the reason why that slap shots, I think it's gonna go away is because of the flex.
Oh, the sticks.
Yeah, I think a lot of the players don't go for those stiff sticks.
Super stiff sticks.
And that's the reason why they're not gonna come. They'll rather. I think statistics, the stat guys say that the quicker you release it, the higher chances. So instead of taking the power,
try and take
power
more whip on the stick.
Power will come back. Yeah. When you have a guy who's blocking a shot in front of you, if you take a clapper, like a proper Shea Weber clapper, and the guy goes down, it'll change everything for the second shot.
No, especially because the guys, I don't want to block
it. Hell no.
Yeah. Unless
you're
what's his name in San Jose. We were just talking Ferraro.
Ferraro. I mean, Archie Baines just did that last week. He blocked 2 shots for Vancouver. Yeah, but that guy's trying to fight for his minutes, man. Job, he wants
do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So yeah, I think that was it, man. I think that's the last thing you want to
I think that's pretty much it.
All right, let's call it a day, man.
Slide off, man.
Yeah, but no, thanks for coming, man. We'll see you again, man.
No, for sure. It was fun, man.
Yeah.